Okay. Just can somebody comment and let me know if you can hear us on the chat, that is.
Another monster by Ben Davies.
Okay, it's Callum Menzies and Reggie Gill here in the hot seats. Just decided that we'll give you a bit of commentary, being as we're just sat here doing not a lot actually. So Callum has been good enough to put the headgear on and join me. Cheers, Callum.
No worries, Reggie.
Been dish for dish, hasn't it, up to now? 3 dishes, hasn't it?
Yeah, 3 breaks, 3 breaking dishes. Good, very good standard.
Yeah, not bad for these two.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be fair, the way the balls have been breaking, you know, for both players, if you look at both ways, great dish by Ben, to be fair, because he had a really tricky ball into middle in the last frame that almost jumped out. But great standard.
Very good standard. You fancy him for another dish here? It just went upward.
Lola's busy taking pictures over here. Mark's missus, she's
Lola Rocket Boyle.
I'll be honest with you, yeah, I do fancy him. I just think he's just plotting his route, taking his time, but I really can't see, apart from the ball he's just played, would have been the obvious shot, but as I say, the way he's playing and the way he's hitting the ball, especially after the first dish he made, I'd be backing him all day to make these.
Yeah. Shark rack makes things a lot easier, do you think?
Yeah, absolutely, Callum.
Break, yeah.
Absolutely.
Spread real well.
Doggone all lazy. Hello, mate. Cheers, Stephen. Mitzi, I think it is. Small. Reggie Gill on the commentary. Paul McCann, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I just happened to be over here by table, and Callum sat here and with Mark's wife and I think Callum's partner, and I said, I can't believe no one's commentating on this game, or no one's come forward to commentate. So I just said to Callum, I said, look, we might as well put the headgear on. We sat here anyway. Yeah. So
give it a crack.
Absolutely. Yeah, he didn't have a lot of pocket to play with. No. Good shot. Just crept in and just having a look where he wants to leave, make sure he leaves himself
just drop it in.
somewhere comfortable, just so he can. He's got a shot at the last yellow, and he's played it just about perfect. Well, yeah.
Just make sure your business.
Absolutely. Some nice straight cue in here. He's missed it. No, he hasn't. He'd missed it, but then he hadn't.
Huge flick.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what, you can't see his face from here, but he's gone a little bit red, and the body collapsed on the corner of the table for a little split second. So just this black for twos.
Yeah. Oh, he's missed it. He's missed the black.
Oh, Jesus.
He's missed the black.
Can you believe it?
I think he felt sorry for Mark Boyle, though.
I'm going to have to agree with Callum. I think there was a little bit of guilt there.
Yeah, I think he's a bit guilty on that one.
Wow.
So these rules, Reggie, I don't really know the rules. So it's one shot, ball in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One shot. It's just one shot.
Just one shot, ball in hand.
He can put the white where he wants it.
Yeah. Anywhere on the table, yeah.
Obviously, he prefers the angle he's got here to just dislodge the red near the middle. That'll do nicely.
Yeah. Play the one over the corner and all there.
Yeah. I presume he'll be probably looking to take the one into the middle now, possibly, or pot the one nearest the green corner pocket now, and then play the one into the middle to play for the ball that he just dislodged. He's going to do that now. He's choosing to
play
do that
to the
now.
yellow bag,
Yeah. Play on that ball, and then it's just I think a couple of stun shots really, and clip the second last red into the green corner pocket, back out anywhere towards the blue spot for the red into the bottom right.
Yeah, black to the centre. So 3-1.
Probably could have done with just being a fraction further forward here, but should be okay.
Yeah, he's played it well.
Yeah, he's used the cushion. If he'd have gone a bit further, he wouldn't have had to use the cushion, but he seemed happy enough to do that.
Yeah, he's played that well.
Doesn't have to force anything here. Cheers, Paul. Thanks very much. Billy Bob. You seen that comment, Callum? He goes, "Thank fuck it's not Potts on the commentary. All he's done is masturbate over the rules all day." Dear, oh dear. Okay, just this red then, and a surprise then to be back at the table, Mark. The way it was looking, it looked, 2-all.
Yeah, 2-all.
And especially when the flute went in, we thought, well, just stick the black in, and Ben's played an air shot.
Too much side.
There you go then.
3-1. Easy as that.
Yeah, very relieved, Mark Boyle there. Probably thinking it was going to be another dish for dish twos, and he's got a bit of daylight early doors, and in a short race, Callum to 8. Always important to get your nose in front.
Of course.
Always.
Especially against such a good player.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, absolutely.
Ex-world champion, you know what I mean? He's class.
Well, he's still current, isn't he? He's still current world champion. He's current world champion.
Yeah, IPA world
You're
champion.
thinking about Marchion, the ex-world champion.
Yeah.
Well, there's that many versions in there.
You've got Gibbs as another world champion as well.
We've got that many versions. We've got IPA, we've got the Blackpool world champion.
Black World, at Bread last week.
Yeah, and then we'll have the one we'll have the world rules one, which will come round again as it does.
When's that one?
I think it's in more nearer the summer, isn't it?
Right,
In
okay.
summertime.
I don't really know much about the world rules. I don't really follow that, to be honest.
Yeah, I know it's White Bull, Paul McCann. I know you are, mate. Jaeger King from last Christmas Day. Bless him. Man loves a Jaeger, trust me. He can put him away. Can Mr. McCann. Anyway, back to the action.
He's made one.
Oh, he's had a nice, timely.
Oh, he's welded on the red.
Yeah, and they've just gone a bit naughty here around the shark rack area.
4 yellows. Just a safety, Reggie?
I think so, I can't see him wanting to try anything or push the boat out. He doesn't need to, he's 3-1 ahead, he's got the early advantage, and he's played it very, very well.
Yeah.
It's not giving him anything to go at all. No help whatsoever, so of course Ben will only have to return the compliment in kind. And Mark will be looking to press home with the advantage, having a 2-frame cushion, and he'll know the importance of this frame to win this one as well, and open up a sizable lead on Ben. And in a race to 8, a three-frame advantage is massive, especially at this level between these types of players. These guys don't need no second invitation, on any given Sunday or Saturday for that matter.
You left him that red?
Yeah, just left him a bit of a tempter here. Maybe tempting Mark into, do you fancy it? Or perhaps he didn't hit it hard enough and wanted to come a little bit further across to leave him nothing. But it was going to be very hard to leave him nothing from that position. So maybe it's not the worst outcome. Maybe letting him have a go. Because it's certainly not straightforward from where they are. That's for sure.
Play the pot cannon?
I think so. He may be swinging the white round instead. It looks like he's been a lot of right-hand side on that white. Yeah, he swung the white round. And he's cannoned the black in to push that into the area. So 2 areas of congestion now. I think the rules are okay, Paul Williamson, to be quite honest. It certainly takes out the fact that you get unlucky and get kicked in off the break, and the guy's able to then bang, bounce out his bad ball, that type of thing, and it just makes it a little bit easier at this level with these types of player. I think only having the 1 shot does make it that bit harder, and doesn't make the obvious 2 shots such a huge advantage.
I think the players really like the rules, the ones I've spoken to so far.
Yeah, same here. I was just about to say that. I've spoken to about 3 or 4 players now, and as I say, most of them seem to think, the rules are fine. And so I think it's something we could be seeing again, Callum, next year.
Yeah, definitely,
These rules.
Yeah.
It certainly sorts the boys out from the men, that's for sure. You know, only having that one visit.
The one visit, yeah.
Yeah.
Ben on a total snooker. No, he's hit the red.
Ah, he's hit the yellow first.
Has he?
Yeah, he's caught the yellow first now. Just shaved the yellow as he went past it. Ray, right, first one was, yeah. Well, all of the when the tournament was organised, we knew certain ones were black balls, certain ones were world.
The first
Ray,
two were world.
If that answers your question.
The first two were world. Next two were black ball.
James Glass, thanks very much. Yeah, we kind of knew it was laid out, wasn't it, from the start? When
the first two were black ball, world. The next two were black ball,
and of
this
course
one's the
Supreme rules.
Yeah, the Supreme rules.
This was the one where the organiser said, "Listen, I got something for your ass."
Yes. The big prize money in the different rules.
I like them anyway. I think on the whole, for me, definitely going in the right direction.
It doesn't really punish you if you get a kick in, if you scratch off the break, if there's still a bit of hard work. You know what I mean?
Billy Bob, well, there's quite a few good overseas players here this weekend at this tournament, so it's certainly interesting. It's certainly generating interest for those players to make the journey over and be part of this this tour this year that Lee's put together. So,
French boy, what's his name? Fields.
Oh, Yannick.
Yannick, yeah, he's quite handy.
Yannick, and you've got, I think, is it Ryan Pisani as well?
Ryan Pisani. The Moroccan Boyle, who beat Mark Boyle yesterday.
Yeah, I've not seen him play. So I
think he's
very handy, isn't he?
He was very good yesterday. He's getting beat 10-4 from Scott Gillespie just now. So.
Wow.
So.
Munchid Omar.
Yeah, Moroccan, I believe.
Yeah, I can see the Moroccan flag with the star on it. So yeah, so it shows you we're certainly generating enough interest for players to be travelling from.
Of course.
Quite far out.
A few Irish boys making the journey over.
Yeah. In a healthy place right now, I'd say. The game, Paul, that is.
I think it's moving forward with IPA now on the BBC and
Free Sports,
and I think it's helping massively.
We've got a little bit of a stalemate going on here at the moment with this frame. We haven't seen many of these sort of frames.
No.
But every now and again, I don't think one does us any harm, because these are the times where people that sitting at home are going to start asking questions like what's going on and start actually learning what's going on, rather than just crash bang wallop dish.
Yeah.
So of course, no one's got an obvious advantage here at the moment.
We just try and clip off the yellow and put the white on the bottom cushion.
Yeah, it looks like he's
just
thinking. He's just trying to look for bend the white and try and pot it, and he's managed it. Yeah. It looked like he was stuck to the yellow, but the way he lifted the cues, it would appear to me he slightly bent that white to make that pot.
Right.
Because to me it looked like he was stuck to the side column. And, it's hard to see from our commentary position, but it would suggest by the way he lifted the butt of his cue that he's bent that white slightly.
Just try and miss this red here. No.
Here we go. Right, and it's thin chop to the yellow corner pocket and possibly try and fetch the black out at the same time.
Tough.
Very tough, but the black, he'll be catching the black, I would say, quarter ball on the right-hand side, sending it into the red, I would suggest, and probably going somewhere close to the green corner pocket. Or it may just go straight through the gap. He's got to make the pop first on the yellow now. He's tried to play the yellow off the reds. It hasn't happened, and he's owned all the reds up. Wow.
I think he's pushed that one a bit too far there, Reggie.
Yeah, it's called definitely one of those times he's pushed the boat out too far, and has really sold the frame now to Markham. I mean, Markham wanted to really stick the boot in. He'll not want to give him any encouragement here. Stick the boot in 4-1.
Massive pressure.
Yeah, just got to mind his work here. I'd expect nothing less though from a player of Mark's standard to take these out.
One good shot here, and you think it's going to be.
You know, there is a big difference here. We're not speaking about the real number one here. We're speaking about Mark Boyle.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't expect anything.
Scotland's number one.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect any different. Having played him at Doncaster myself.
Yeah.
I broke dry too many times and had
Yeah,
to sit
that's
there and
huge,
watch it
yeah.
keep cleaning up from everywhere.
Yeah.
I was cup breaking as well.
Oh, were you?
And they weren't splitting all over the table and he was still getting them. And I was like, do you
Do you
know what?
think the cup breaks-
Do you ever miss?
Now he's got his glasses, not very often,
No.
to be honest. Oh, that one went to his feet.
Yeah, didn't go in the heart of the pocket, but it's in and that's all that matters.
Do you prefer the cup break?
I do on certain tables, like at the Corn Exchange match table, the cup break is the obvious one. It works better than the front break. Too many dry breaks from the front.
Right.
And I was having the same problem because Mark actually asked me at Doncaster after so many breaks, says, are you tap breaking? And I said,
Right.
no. I says, each time I launch them from the front, they go everywhere.
Right.
I don't make a ball.
And
I says, and you're far too good for me to be leaving you those sort of
course.
tables. So then he sort of... a couple of frames later, I tried one from the front, went dry, and I pointed at him and I said, there you go, Mark.
There you go, yeah.
I said, yeah, thanks very much. But yeah, it's different tables.
Do you think it's down to the cloth or?
It can be, because the Corn match table where Mark Fleming played Lakin, for me, I think the cup break was brilliant on that table.
Right, okay.
You make a ball most time, I would say 7 times out of 10 I was making ball on that.
Yeah. It's a hard thing to perfect, so I keep on bouncing the white ball off the table.
It's just how they come out.
Yeah.
You know, you'll make a ball, but the splits aren't always favourable.
Okay.
But you're in first.
Yeah. Mark, try to...
Okay, Scott Gillespie, I think, has won over there 11-4 against Moonchid Omar, who put Mark Boyle into the loser's side yesterday. So good performance from Scott Gillespie over there to win 11-4. Very solid performance from him.
Definitely.
And Mark's just mopped up there. Not a lot to say about that, apart from just swept up really, got the broom out and just tidied the place up.
Yep.
So 4-1 it is.
Ben's need to know.
I'm actually glad because the scores are being updated by somebody else, because normally we're like, but we're not actually having to get involved, so that's good.
Now, isn't it?
I actually need some specs like his, because I can't see out of these ones. What I mean is I can see to read, but I can't see to play pool.
Okay.
So I'm really struggling myself, because you know when you're long-sighted, there's no. It's, how can I put it? When you're short-sighted, you can have laser eye surgery, and then that works for maybe 5-6 years. But when you're long-sighted, that's just age.
Right.
There's nothing you can do. There's no.
Couple of them, they're specially adapted by the optician.
Yeah.
So the bridge, the centre piece that holds the two bits of glass together, has been adapted.
Yeah.
So they sit higher on his nose.
I got some from the opticians where the lenses move on the arms.
Okay.
So you can move them up, but I could never get on with them.
Right.
I just never get on with them. I think I just want to put this.
Slightly hampered,
makes it look easy, slightly hampered, but it should be okay. Get his cue through. There we go.
A bit longer to the corner.
Yeah, it's nice and pretty straightforward. He's got to just stop the ball in and leave himself the straight black. There we go. Stop the ball in, right in the heart of the pocket. Joy to watch when he's playing like this, Ben Davies. Wasting
really
little
nice,
time at all, getting the job done. Makes it look effortless. Craig Marsh with us, just watching the action to my left over here, former world champion, admiring Ben's work. It's 4-2 it is.
4-2 Mark with Mark to break.
Just having a look at some of the scores around the arena.
Who have we got? Oh, decider with Dan Davies.
Yeah, Dan Davies at the side. I think he was already docked 1 frame in that match for being late. I'm sure he was earlier on.
They called the cock, but I don't think they docked him.
No, okay, but he's been fortunate because he's very close to losing frames.
Yeah,
okay.
Ben
Darren
Rowland,
McVicker's got through. Christy Caulfield 8-7. Michael Hill has beat Mike King 8-3. And everybody else is still very much at the races, plugging away in the losers round 3. So back to the action here. Mark Boyle to break.
And he has made...
He's made a red, as far as I know. So
can you still play the combinations here then, if you hit the red on the yellow?
This is a bit where I'm not entirely sure. I'm not sure if you can.
You can't play whatever shot he goes for now. So he can't play a yellow onto a red to be a red, or vice versa. If he wants to be red, he has to pot red cleanly.
Right, okay.
Right, okay.
So I believe you have to pot the red clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So rather than guess, we've just been updated to say he's actually got a pot of red if he wants to be red.
Right.
If he plays yellow onto red, lost a turn. If he plays
There you
yellow
go.
onto red, it'll be lost a turn.
So what happens if he plays the red onto the yellow then?
What's it?
Yeah.
Lost a turn.
Right.
It's not too bad though, because I think he can get through to the one in the ball carrier just in the middle of the picture above the yellow. Should he choose reds, but looks
think
like
he's
he's going yellows.
Yeah.
Looking at the clip to the left centre.
It's a tough one. They're all kind of blocking each other, aren't they? I know we got and he's played it nice here.
That'll do.
Needs a little cannon somewhere to clear that bottom bag.
Right.
We tried to play that yellow off the edge, you think?
I'm thinking maybe pot the other. Maybe he's thinking get round the back of it, fetch it out, or play. I mean, I'm thinking or is he just going to go to
Cannon.
Yeah, he's played the cannon. Hold up. Ouch! He didn't want that.
I think he's still okay though.
He is.
got
It's
a
a tough.
shot.
It's a tough one along the way.
Yeah.
Can't get a great deal of work on the white ball. He's got to really hit cue this well to get past the reds, or risk being snookered.
Yeah, definitely. Just take the bag and leave the white tight on the red. Thought probably just take the bag, you'd think.
I think there'd be a value in that, but I think he's looking for the way he's going for this.
He's going for the
committing
pot,
to this.
He needs to hit this one good and clean.
Get through, right through the white. Here we go.
Yep, he's played it
And
well.
he's played it
yeah,
well.
he's played it very well. Really nice cueing.
And it had to be. It had to be anything less than good queuing there, and that white wouldn't have got through and snookered behind the reds and probably lose the frame as a result.
With cloth being so fine, you don't have to hit them as hard.
Yeah.
You just have to cue them.
Yeah. You remember in the pub days, with thick cloths and stuff like that, trying to get through the white on a shot like that?
We've still got them in our local league.
We're kind of fortunate at the Corn Exchange. We get away with that. We've got good tables there with good cloths. That's some shot, that is. What a shot that is.
Yeah.
Okay, it was helped by the fact that it's a big bag.
Big bag, yeah, but he's cued that one really well.
Okay, so he's riding behind the black, no degree of difficulty, just stroke the ball in, cue it well, and it should be 5-2.
5-2. There it goes.
There it goes. So that's 5-2 to Mark Boyle. Remember, absolutely. It's one of those. It's a short race, like I say, race to 8.
Yeah, very.
We've had a lot of players. I'm on about the, if you like, being put into the loser side early doors this time round.
Yeah.
Really, when you look around the room and you think Mick's in the loser side already, Ben and Mark playing each other already in the loser side. And there's a few other names like Darren Appleton last night already into the loser side, etc.
Jordan Shepherd, also on the loser side now.
He's loving it, really.
Mark giving us
He's actually happy. Mark is, for all of you listening. Mark's just motioned through the glass the window here, right? But he's loving it really that someone's actually commentating on his game. I don't find him too boring, but not at all. He's the man of the moment right now. 5-2 in the driving seat. Ben Davies.
Another difficult one here. Reggie, who's got the
Yeah, it's
The white slip to the bottom of the push.
well, this is one of those times you can lift the shark rack straight off. That's
Yeah.
for sure.
Dan Davey out 8-7. Dilly Washbrook.
Ronan McCarthy, and again, I was saying about big names being in the loser side. Ronan McCarthy, another game there against Rob Warren already at the, you know. So it just goes to like a lot of big names that have won events or gone to the business end or already into that loser side. So it's, as I say, it's going to be a tough old weekend coming through this loser side.
Wait, all of them.
Sean Chipperfield 3-1, Matt Schofield, Lewis Calcott 2-1 against Jez Graham, Drew Hughes losing 2-0 to Craig Brown, Yannick Buffield leading Stephen Dempsey 7-5. Oh, sorry, I was about to say leading 7-5. He's now won 8-5. Adam Davies 5-2 against Lee Clough, and Tony Halpin's now 7-5 against Ben Rowland. Ben Rowland was running away with that, or should I say had his nose in front, but Tony's turned the table on him. Chipperfield is winning at the moment. Sean Chipperfield's he's 3-1 ahead.
The Gill factor.
Adam Penwell decided enough was enough and he needed to get in the hot seat. He couldn't help himself a moment longer. So without further ado, we introduce Adam Penwell into the hot seat next to me.
How you doing, buddy? You all right, mate?
Not too bad. You've had a decent tournament, have you? So yourself?
Not too
so
bad,
far.
mate. I didn't play very well the first match. Played awesome the second match, and then just didn't get a chance in the third match. So no, it's been all right, mate.
Who did you lose to in the loser side?
Adam Davis.
Adam Davis.
Missed 2 balls and got lost 8-2. Fair result.
Well,
mate. Fair result.
Somebody said to me. Somebody asked me yesterday, talking about they've got him in their Calcutta, and you know, I think it was young Jack Neild from Lancashire. It's a good lad. Asked me, and I said, because obviously didn't know who the players were. And I said, well, Adam's a former world champion. I said, at the end of the day, if you've got him in your group, I said he's one of those that's tipped to go to the business end of this event.
Yeah,
you'd expect.
Class
He's a very,
player.
very good player. And as I say, he's as Adam just said there, only lost 8-2 and didn't really miss hardly anything.
I missed 2 chances, which I shouldn't have missed, and that was it, mate. The guy just went, thank you very much. And like I said, fair result. The match before that, beat Gaz Royds 8-3 and played absolutely unbelievable. Played my practice game in a match, which is unusual. But no, good tournament, mate. Great event. Supreme rules going down really, really well. Excellent rule set. Clough's super reactive. Major reactive. Quicker than they, much more reactive than the players who are used to playing on, say, a Hainsworth match cloth.
Yeah.
These react so much more. If you play a stun shot, you've probably screwed the white back a couple of inches.
Yeah.
That's how reactive it is.
So really, when you're looking to play stun shots, you've actually got to hit the white, certainly.
Almost just above the middle.
Just above the middle, to stop the white from jumping back at you.
Correct.
Yeah, so it's super fast cloths are tend to be. The corn exchange match table is very similar to that. You know, it's the same thing. When you want to stun the ball, you're very careful you don't hit it to just a tad too low and draw the white back an inch. And sometimes if you're playing in close proximity where you're looking for a precise precision, that can be the difference between making a dish and failing. Sorry, what is that? Man United 2, Southampton 2. Is that full time? Half time. Right. Vested interest there for the Gill factor. Okay, he's played that perfect speed, got control of the pocket and has control of this frame, looking at where the reds are. But I think Mark will be looking to just drop in behind the second red, off the first red, and try and regain the initiative in this frame. force Ben to pot the yellow over the corner. Maybe forcing him into having a go and pick up the pieces, that sort of thing. Bit of cagey play, but smart play nonetheless. It's a little bit undecided here what he wants to do. Ben taking a bit of time over this one, giving it some real thought.
So I missed that, mate. What's Ben on, buddy? He's on reds or
he's
yellows?
On yellows.
He's on
Mark's dropped him in between the two reds and forced him perhaps to play, to play his hand. And that's, in the end, he's decided obviously he's going to pot the yellow and maybe just push the yellow, leave the white where the yellow is and just bring the yellow into play, not leaving Mark a shot as such. Apart from if Mark finishes dead straight behind the red, then he may elect to take it into the green corner pocket. So I think Ben just, very clever shot.
The other reason he's played that as well is if he left that yellow where it was and Ben got to the table, Ben could have potted one of these reds at the top, then got in behind the two reds where the white ball is now. He could have played red onto yellow, potted the yellow, and all it would have been was loss of turn. Therefore, Mark would have been snookered behind those reds.
Yeah, of course. It's like these rules make it like a game of chess.
They do. And
so you've got to think ahead 2 or 3 shots at a time, thinking what could happen. If you elect to pot your opponent's ball, then you've got to think what's his next shot going to be, and etc. Then what would my next shot be after that? So you're almost thinking 2, maybe 3 shots ahead.
Yeah, definitely.
When you're in that position.
Certainly, what we have found this weekend is there's not a lot of players, but there has been some players who
I
have
think
been
they're okay,
caught out
Posh
by the
Boy,
rules.
yeah. I think they're good rules. I think there's more skill involved, definitely. If you've got to develop balls, that sort of thing, there's more. It's not quite so easy when you don't have the free table to bring balls out with your first shot.
Also, Posh Boy, on that one, mate, the rules are brilliant. When you read them, they sound a little bit confusing in a few areas, but once you've got on the table and you've played a few frames of the rules, they are really, really good. And what it stops is it does stop. You can't possibly have a 40-minute tactical frame because if one person covers a bag, the other person's going to use their ball to pot that ball, and all you suffer is loss of turn. So that doesn't really happen, and there hasn't been hardly any tactical frames over the whole weekend.
Looks like it's Craig Lakin against Scott Gillespie next. Just reading a comment there by Silky Baz. Lakin has Goobsy next, so
it's Larkin.
Sorry?
Larkin. Not Lakin, it's Larkin. Mar Larkin.
Well, it'd be a repeat of when they last met. They last met here in the Players Series a while back, and Scott won that one, I think, 8-5, if I remember. And the losers' side, I think that was at the start of the year. I think Scott went on to. I think it could have been the tournament where Scott actually lost to Rob Warren. It could have been last year, beg your pardon. In the autumn last year. So they've had a look at each other before now, and these rules will make it very interesting. Scott Gillespie certainly the man in form, the way he's been playing, having captured the Black Ball World Championships world title.
I'm just going to eat me toasties a minute, Reggie.
Is that right? You're not going to offer me one?
I'm just going to eat me toasties.
You eat those?
Well, if you do a bit of commentary for a minute, whilst I have a little munch on my toasty,
I think
and then I'll let you have a little bit of a toasty.
Good man.
And it'll give the viewers a break.
Absolutely.
Give the viewers a break from the gill factor.
Fine. Correct.
But you are the man.
Thank you.
Kapow.
Kapow's on it. He's ordered some lovely toasties, so I'm going to take over on my own while he has a bit of a crunch. I'm going to continue on my own. Okay, so there's still a little bit of chess going on here. Tip for tap, move for move, and Ben looks like obviously Ben's got himself into a good position and looks ready to pull the trigger. Just waiting for Mark to play his shot. And I think Mark's obviously trying to find a position to give Ben a problem, just just so as not to give him an easy starter, if anything. Lake in play, Paul. Leave Reggie alone. Boring, same old. How overrated. I don't know what Roger Federer's got to do with this conversation. But anyway, back to the action. Mark's just played a clever shot there. He's again, there is a chance for Ben to have a go, perhaps at a double. And should he make it, we should give him a chance to win the frame. So we're looking, and that's not bad. He's made the double. Still going to need a good positional shot to get to the black, should he pot the next couple of yellows. So it just depends on what angle he gets off this pot here for his last yellow. It's not bad at all. It's a pretty good shot. It's a nice angle. Just pot the yellow and just stun off and run down towards the black. Probably in behind the black and onto the red. It's closest to the black, I would think. I don't think he'd want to hit the black on the way down for fear of pushing it into the red. So maybe just... Does he elect to screw down into the red or between the red and black? The red closest to pink spot, that is. Or does he run into the side cushion just before the black and come around the back that way, via the middle or to the top bag? Or even possibly, as you can just see, looking at perhaps maybe a chance of leaving a double, just thinking where do I... Be interesting to see which way he goes here, how he plays this. And he's elected to leave the double. How well's he played this? That's a great shot. He's actually left himself pretty much pinpoint where he was actually motioning with his cue a minute ago. Played the cannon perfectly and he's made the double. What a great finish. Great finish from Ben Davies. Not a lot Mark could have done there, to be quite honest. So that's 5-3. Ronan McCarthy running away with it at the moment on the other table against Rob Warren, 4-zip. Sean Chipperfield's flying, 5-1. Jez Graham, Lewis Calcutt sitting at 3-2 to Lewis Calcutt. 3-2 to Drew Hughes from 2-0 down. Adam Davies 5-3 now against Lee Clough. All right, okay. Yeah, just looking at a few of these games and people getting nearer the finishing winning line. Arf and Dad, nice steady progress. He's sitting on the hill at 7-3 against Ryan Clark. So, as I say, we're getting towards the business end of a lot of these matches in this losers round 3. And I think Tony Halpin has beaten Ben Rowland. Hasn't come up yet on the score here, but I can see from over here the cues are being put away, so that match is finished. Oh, Kieran Newton's got to be Craig Lakin, hasn't it? Federer equals flat track bully. I'd love all my finals to be against Roddick. You know that's got to be Craig Lakin coming on here. Look, he's on about Federer and flat track bully. I'd love all my finals to be against Roddick. Oh dear, Craig, come and just keep it to the pool, please. We know it's got to be Craig Lakin. Anyway. Terrible. Chance here to reduce his arrears further. Just took a bit of time over that, had a good look, making sure he's happy with the way, the path he decided to try and take this finish out. He knows the importance of obviously trying to stay with Mark and obviously reduce the arrears rather than go too far behind and make it a challenge that's virtually in some, you know, a bridge too far, a gap too far to bridge. So good shot, just needs to swing the white over between the black and the yellow on the right of your screen and try and land on the red. Yeah, they haven't changed the score. It should be 5-3. So here we go. Let's drop the red in. Whoops, he's forgot to pot the red. Wow. Surprising miss there from Ben Davies there. On the score now. Ben's just walked over and that's updated the score. So it's 5-3, trailing 5-3. He's missed a good chance here to reduce his arrears. Jordan Shepherd 2-0 up in the next losers round 4 against Lee Washbrook. So there is one more round for the winner's side. Adam, if you can just lift the screen up. No. Britt, take it up, right. Winners qualification, right. Just have a look at this. Yeah, Phil Harrison, Chris Mellon, Gaz Hibbert, Josh Kane, Declan Brennan, Carl Morris, Jack Whelan, Craig Wadd, Liam Dunster, wow, and then right, Liam Dunster, Carl O'Donoghue, John McAllister, Tom Cousins, some very good games, prospects. Gary Clark against Rich Twomey and Craig Lakin against Scott Gillespie. And gives you, well, I say winners qualification, that's technically the last 32 because you'd have 16 losers to add to that, or 8 losers.
Correct.
So that's technically the round of 32. And coming through the losers side, you'll end up with the other 8 from the loser side that will eventually come to meet the winner of those 8 there. So the winning 8 there will wait for the loser side to come through tomorrow morning.
Yeah, you have winners qualification and the losers qualification.
Yeah, so of course losers, Adam, if we can just...
let me do that before you mess it up, Reginald.
So the loser will have to play 2 more rounds, and then we will get to the last 16 tomorrow.
Correct.
There you go, that's Sunday morning, that is. So we've got quite a lot more pool for you tonight, so don't go anywhere, that's for sure. There's quite a lot more action tonight, and some mouth-watering matches here in prospect. Real hunting are going on there on the other table. Darren Appleton against Gav Robinson, 5-4. 2 very, very attack-minded players in the on the normal rules.
Are we on the right score now?
Yes, we are. Ben Davies just hadn't come over to the scorecard and pressed the link
he's done it,
to update it, so he's done that now.
Up to speed.
Yeah, I just got Zach Shepherd to my right here, smiling. I'm just saying, what happened, mate? Obviously, I see it didn't really go to plan then. He just played too well. Fair play. That's very, very, very gracious in defeat there. Dylan Leary then obviously shot the lights out and proved why, you know, would he be a match for the real number 1? I had to ask that one. I'm sorry. Yeah, but he's not the real. Yeah, but he's not the real number 1. There is only one real number 1. Here we go. Back to the action. Up and down then. How we're looking? Not bad. It's not bad at all. Stop it right now. We've got to stop it. Shout out from the audience to my left here. She's enjoying the action. So it was a frame that looked like Ben Davies would reduce his arrears. He hasn't, and he's now further behind and trailing 6 frames to 3 in favour of Mark Boyle. So oh, don't worry, I won't. I've realised, look there, look, which the arrows are, that's it. I don't need you no more now, mate, so I've realised how to do it. Kapow. But, yeah, Ben Davies, Mark, just having a little bit of a word about the last game. Game being played in great spirits, which is the way it should be. Craig's been making a little interest in this interview earlier when he mentioned that Federer had never for the French against anyone worthy.
Reggie, I'm back. Can I speak?
You're back.
Can I say something?
Some of the comments, mate.
All right, mate. Tell me when I've got permission to speak.
Yes, mate. 1 sec.
Oh, thanks, Reggie.
Kieran Newton, whoever you are, I'm not getting involved in all that.
Let's keep it professional.
Okay, Paul Ferguson, try and speak a bit louder, if that's better. Just give us a bit of feedback.
No, you're
How
not.
does that sound? Adam Penwell here, Kapowin with the Gill Factor.
I'm not speaking yet.
Commentating on this game.
I'll speak when I'm allowed to speak.
You're allowed, mate. I'll give you permission.
Thanks,
Go ahead.
Thanks, Reggie. Cheers, mate.
It's all yours.
Here we go. Right, get your bets on now. Let's see how long it takes before Reggie speaks over me. Get your bets on now. Go. So Ben Davies at the table, big break as usual, which is obviously what we come to expect from Ben. So it's not come out ideal. Obviously he wanted to try and push that yellow towards the bottom left bag. And all of a sudden, this is not easy. Looks like he's going to play the plant. Great shot. Absolutely great shot.
Well, I've not had any sweets. Andrew 67. Adam just took a bit of a break, but he took his headphones off, so But great shot there by Ben Davies, and this is a great response. After losing the last frame when he had it within his grasp, you know, he would have been now in at 5-all had he have taken the chance in the previous frame. So still 2 in it.
That's not going to stop.
Has it lost the white? Oh, he's just about okay.
That is a prime example of how
It's
reactive
not
these cloths are.
Absolutely.
That's how reactive these cloths are. You think you've tapped it, and it just keeps on going and going and going. But that's in.
Ah, it's a great shot.
6-4. So, like you said, Reggie, good response from Ben there.
Yeah, absolutely. Because obviously the disappointment, you know, of not making that one off Mark's try in the last frame.
Correct.
When they were all there, obviously very disappointed to have lost that frame in the end. And but he's put it behind him very shrewdly there. Yes. Very shrewdly, got on with his business, not dwelled on it, and just put a nice finish together.
Yeah,
And still very much game on 6-4. Your next frame again, massive.
Yeah, it's like we say, if you make a mistake, you've got to park
Look
it. You
in.
can't dwell on the mistakes. Park it, move on. And obviously the top players like Ben and Mark, you know, if they make a mistake, that's exactly what they do. They move on.
Mark Berryman, Reggie's trademark, is taking over the other guy, leave him be.
Kapow. That's exactly what I said. So who had the bet? Because I timed it, and it took Reggie let me speak for 12 seconds before he came in. I had 12 seconds of airtime, and then the gill factor was back on it. And I'm looking at him now, and I'm speaking quickly because his mouth is twitching. He is dying to speak. He's absolutely dying to speak. Reggie, you're not allowed to speak. There he goes. See, you can't help it.
No, not at all. I was just saying, I was going to point out to you, what's your thoughts on that about the cars I was pointing at? Look,
thoughts on what, mate?
It was the commentator of the Hill Tourney match that was eating or sucking on a sweet.
Right,
That's what I was trying to motion to you. I was not dying to speak. I was just saying, look at the comments.
You know I love you, Reggie.
Yeah.
No, obviously I watched some of that match in the arena, so I don't know who was commentating. So on behalf of that commentator, apologies. I'll go and have a word.
Not at all.
I'll go
just
and have a word.
trying to keep intact with what the viewers are saying when they write comments. Just try and
Whose comment was it?
It was Andrew 67.
Right, Andrew. I'll tell you what I'll do, mate. I will find out who that was, and I will go and give them a dose of kapow for you, my friend. A dose of kapow. They will get it.
A dose. Is that a mild dose or a very strong dose of kapow?
See, look at this, right? So, Paul Williamson, good friend of mine, great man. So what he's put on here is get some tack cover off Pen Nerd Boys. I think when he rereads that, he's going to understand that he's made a bit of a mistake there.
Just a little bit.
Just a bit of a mistake.
Just a little bit.
So, Paul, if you're going to come on with your banter, pal, at least try and get it right. Try and get it right, my friend.
Doggone lazy Craig, you're still mad raving about Dunster.
I'm not allowed to advertise on the stream, Paul, so I'll let you retype
and here
it.
Here comes Ben Davies here.
Nice to see you online, mate. Nice to see you online, buddy. Hope you're enjoying the pool.
And he'll really want to make sure this time that he finishes the job. Great chance to get within one frame of his opponents.
It's an absolutely fantastic chance, Reggie.
Absolutely. It's a little tad straight. Has he got any angle just to drop the red in and get behind the red? Yeah, has he got enough angle? He's okay, he has.
Roll through middle bag.
Great shot. Had enough angle. Sometimes a bit deceptive from our commentary position, but it looks a bit straighter than it is. But he had enough angle. So here we go. It looks like it's going to be, barring this black not going in, it looks like 6-5.
It's 6-5.
And it's there, you know, heart of the pocket. Rifled it in.
Yeah, raced to 8, and it's now 6-5.
Very much game on. These two met at Doncaster a couple of months back, and on that occasion in the winner's side, Ben eliminated Mark, but Mark came through the loser's side and ended up winning the whole thing against, if I'm not wrong, I think it was against Scott. No, I think it was Liam Dunster. He beat Dunster in the final and Scott Gillespie in the semi-final.
Correct, mate. It was Dunster, yeah.
So here we go then. 6-5, game on. Big time. Ben to break. We're back on serve. We are back on serve. Pardon me for mentioning tennis, Craig Lakin, but we're back on serve.
We are back on serve. So no doubt Ben will give these the usual gentle whack that he gives.
He's got a hell of a break, hasn't he, Ben?
Monster break. What you normally see with Ben's breaks is he hits front ball really, really hard, and he hits it that hard, the white normally leaves the table a little bit off the table, back down.
Man can launch 10 balls,
absolutely,
mate, no mistake.
Hell of a break.
Okay, hold on to your hats. Here we go then. Frame number 12.
No jump.
Bang.
No jump.
Has he made a ball?
Yes, he has.
He's made one. He's okay, so he's going to get first chance at this. And it's not a bad split. It's not a bad split at all. Well, barring the yellow, I think if he pots yellow between the two reds into the green corner pocket, he can then pot the one to the middle, nearest that yellow, and get on his awkward ball early doors behind the black, yeah? And the rest is, as I say, pretty straightforward. Because if you take the yellows out of the picture between the blue spot and the pocket, you've got a massive channel to get to the black off your last yellow.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Reggie. That's the route he's going to go.
Cheers, Adam.
You're welcome, mate. Great minds think alike, but he obviously had a little bit more angle than we thought he had there from looking at the camera.
Yeah, it wasn't as straight as what
no,
it looks from
our
our commentary position.
It looked fairly straight,
yeah,
it did. But obviously it's not, so he's going to swing this round with bottom right-hand side.
Loads the right-hand side, and he's overdone that just a little bit, but he should be just, I would say about 1 foot too far.
1 foot?
Maybe 2 foot.
Lot. That's a lot.
Maybe 2 could be, yeah, but I'm just saying, it's one of those he can still pinch. I think if he just pinches it in off the far knuckle, he can straighten this up.
Could do with literally flicking the red.
Or hit the red. Can he get through to the yellow? I believe so. He's all right.
Maybe a little touch of right-hand side. Touch of right-hand side, but that goes through. Does not want to be
no, I think he's okay. He's got a slight angle there just to pot this and draw the white back on the super fine cloth, as you were saying.
Super duper fine.
Very responsive. Just a little dink. Has he hit it? Has he hit it? Has he hit it? I don't believe
he's not on that.
Well, I don't think he's on it.
You can tell by his facial expression that he's
he
not on it.
He is not on that. That is careless.
And Mark Boyle, with the chin from within, is suddenly thinking he's coming back to the table.
Another careless mistake from Ben.
And he had quite a big margin of error there as well, to be honest.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's just, it's one of those. It's like because the cloths are so fast, you don't want to overdo it.
Correct, yeah. What he was worried about coming down past the red.
Past the red and snooping
himself.
That's what he was
worried about.
I think the problem with trying to get into it more and run through the axis between the two reds is if you get into it too much and hit the first red, you can put it in front of the black.
Trouble. Yeah, correct.
So of course he's trying to just make sure of don't hit the first red, but of course he hasn't hit it hard enough. He's just trying to. If you look at the way he cues the white, he just strokes the ball.
So the question here is: can he flick the black so the black will go off the red?
Covered,
Reggie.
look, it's
Reggie. Can he flick enough of that black so the black will?
I think he
can.
Yes.
So the black.
That's
will
what he's
the
looking
red
at.
And go into the top left.
Yes, off the red.
If he can hit enough of the black.
Not a chance he can pot it direct. It's off the red, and he knows it. Yeah, because it looks the case on here that he can see quite a lot of it, but through the window here, it looks like he can't see on any of it.
No, what he's going to try and do, he's going to try and flick
shout
the black.
out for the Borough.
So the black will flick the red and then go into the top left. That's what we think he's going to do.
Zombies ate my pizza.
We shall soon find
It's
out.
Adam Penwell on the commentary with Reggie Gill.
Well, it's not. It's Reggie Gill.
Oh, what a shot.
Reggie Gill.
Good
and
effort.
then I get the odd word in now and then.
Oh, and he's had a right result there with that red going near the black. He's had a right result there.
And Reggie, and this is where these rules will now come into play, because with the Supreme rules, Mark is not allowed to pot all of his reds and leave that final red till the end and then play the combination of red onto black and pot both.
He's not allowed.
He's not allowed. You can on these rules. The black has to be potted in its own right. So you could pot the black and then cannon a red in somewhere else, but you cannot play a black onto a red or a yellow. You cannot play a yellow or red onto a black. So the issue he's got, what Mark's going to do here is obviously he's going to look to get a snooker. So he's going to look to get a snooker to get ball in hand, and then make the rest of his balls as easy as possible. The problem he's got is that red which is near the black. He cannot knock the red onto the black and pop them both.
That was a timely nudge.
Not allowed to do it.
You know, after the black didn't go in and the white come back across and nudge, that was a timely bit of luck.
This is one of those that's caught a few people out, because you cannot play the combination shot with that red and the black. You're not allowed.
That little nudge on the red after has made all the difference, giving Mark a real headache now. And as I say, Ben will just be hoping that. I think if anything, he was trying to put the red over the pocket there. So if he gets a chance, make the back double. That's what he was thinking. I think he was thinking there.
Potentially, but obviously the problem with that is he has left a one cushion escape to hit the black.
Had Mark had got the red close to the green corner pocket there, and let's for argument's sake, Ben didn't get out snooker, the back double would not be that big a deal.
Correct.
That's why Mark was trying to get that red up there.
And now he's got a problem.
Trying to make the double.
If he hits the black here, if he doesn't pot this, then Mark's going to be in big trouble.
That's a very, very, very good effort.
And that is a foul. That's a foul because there is no total snooker. So that's a foul. The reason that's a foul is because once you're snookered and you've hit your ball, you then still have to hit another cushion. There's no such thing as a total in these rules. There is no total. So that is a foul and ball in hand.
So everybody at home wondering what's going on. When you're coming out of a snooker, you've got to hit the object ball and it must hit a cushion. You can't just drop onto that ball. And of course, Ben's hit it just a tad too soft.
There's no need to worry, guys. I know these rules like the back of my hand, so I will
there
explain
you go, guys.
the rules
So
on
we're
the
in
way.
safe hands here with Adam Penwell. He knows these rules like the back of his hand.
Unfortunately, I'm just no good at the game, but I know the rules.
Adam Penwell's on the stream with me, Paul Whiteball McCann.
Paul Whiteball McCann. I like that. How you doing, Paul? Hope you're enjoying the pool.
Jimmy Bocco.
Paul?
Look at all these people coming on. No, mate, we don't need any floors, mate. We've got plenty of beds. No danger of that. Borough Arms, shout out. Big shout out to the Borough Arms, yeah. We'll give them a big shout out. What do you reckon?
I'll give an even bigger shout out to Limedale Suites because that's lovely.
Is that lovely? Is that where you're staying?
You get what you pay for.
Is the real #1 staying with you?
No, he's at the Borough Arms, mate. I've upgraded to Limedale Suites.
All right, okay.
That's the difference.
All right, now you're beginning to sound like Gallo.
That is the difference. So here we go. Obviously, Mark had ball in hand. So obviously he was able to play that anywhere on the table.
So again, he's just...
I'll tell you what. That is... I think... That's close whether he can get... I think that white will go through there. It's just a case of if he's got the angle.
Yeah, the red's in the way. The red.
The issue he's got here is like last time. He's now going to have to hit this black and hit a rail afterwards as well. So he's going to look to play off the left side rail to go across and then play off the right side rail. But once again, it's
not
too
a bad
soft.
effort.
And you know what? The issue, what he's worried about here is hitting it too hard and making the red easier for Mark. So he's taking it a bit on the softer side because this is still awkward for Mark to finish these. And what he doesn't want to do is flick the red and then pop the black and lose the frame.
Obviously. Yeah, Jimmy Bucko, that was, I tell you what, that was a seriously big vibe night. Floors and everything. I think the previous event I had two lads, when Ben Tanner left me his room, I had two lads crashing on my floor. People just love crashing on floors, don't they?
It's not for me personally.
It's not for me. I like the sleeping bag. I don't mind being on the floor, but I've got to be inside. I can't actually sleep on the floor where people have tried to be inside the sleeping bag. So at least I'm clean. I've got the cleanliness of my sleeping bag.
So what you're saying is you're inside the sleeping bag, you're not on the bag.
You're not on the bag, no. Absolutely not. You're inside your sleeping bag and you've got that little bit of cleanliness, haven't you? Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Whereas if you're actually sleeping on the carpeted floor, you're sleeping where people have walked.
Yeah, that's not good.
And I personally would never do that. I'd rather sleep in an armchair than do that.
I'll stick to my king-size bed, thank you.
Exactly.
So here we go again.
Okay, is he going to have a go here?
He can't have a go because it's too risky. It's too risky to try and double that red.
Well, he could. Well,
and he's not going to try and knock. All he's going to try and do is keep his balls.
He's going to come out and try and kick it.
Top rail, left-hand side.
Yeah.
Top rail. This would be a great shot.
Look.
That is an awesome shot. What a shot that is! Round of applause, Mark Boyle. What a shot that is! The chin from within is getting excited.
What a shot that was.
I've got Mark Boyle's
shot making of the highest order. Accurate, precise, almost surgeon-like out there.
And what Mrs. Boyle has told me is
Dissect him.
when he gets excited, that chin pokes out a little bit.
Taking the game by the scruff of the neck here, and
she says it's his game face.
Found a way to bring out a ball that in most cases may have been a bridge too far. Well, doesn't seem to be the case here. Seems to have made the bridge, cemented it, and now he's walking across it to reap the rewards on the other side.
He's not
walking. One more frame.
He's flying across it. He's flying across it.
He doesn't quite perhaps play that at that speed, Mark. It's more a measured speed with Mark Boyle. It's never flying, but he just moves at a good, steady pace. He's not particularly fast, but he certainly isn't slow.
No, it's
just
slow.
a measured pace. It's a very nice measured pace. I think Mark plays that, personally. Just my opinion. Others may disagree.
Pablo, if you don't like it, there is other streams available for you to go and watch.
Come on, Pablo. That's a bit harsh towards Adam.
You are welcome to move on. Obviously, you don't know the rules, Pablo. I do know the rules.
Just picking up.
That's why I'm here, to help you out.
Just picking up the pieces here, and just this red then, and the black to follow, which would be a monster finish here. A real body blow for Ben Davies when it really looked for all the world. It was going to be level the match off at 6-all. Mark Boyle produces a moment of magic to release that red and moves further clear. He's on the hill.
Unfortunately, Mr. Pablo, if there is going to be offensive language from you, you will be blocked from the Beard production streams, which means you will not be able to watch any of the pool at all. So feel free to send an apology, but any more outbursts...
Dale, that's a nice comment. Pool is funny
nature,
though. As good
you
as
will be gone.
As good as you can be, even as good as well anyone can be on the day. It's a different game every week. Those shark cracks. I can't say that. I would get lynched for saying that. It's a preference of just a few players. I've got Craig Marsh standing with me. He's not a big fan of the shark crack. Others are. It's a funny one. I've heard many a player say what Craig's saying, but they don't prefer them. And then there's other players. Yeah, it's a frustrating one for somebody like Craig, obviously, who's an elite player in his own right and a former world champion, and he doesn't like something, but then there's another player, and it's like, where do you draw the line? That's just the problem. It's so frustrating for some players when it doesn't work for them, and they end up losing games and matches. And the reason for that is because they're not happy with the shark rack, and it doesn't break the way they perhaps prefer when they're using a normal plastic triangle to rack the ball. So some like it, some don't, and you just can't please everybody, unfortunately. And again,
so a huge break from Mark, absolutely monster break, but unfortunately he hasn't made
dry,
a ball.
and this is what we're talking about right here. Look at this for a break, and he doesn't make a ball, and he's on the hill. And you know, Ben Davies now will be absolutely kicking himself looking at this table, and you know why? Because he'll be saying to himself, I should be sixes, and I should have this table now to be 1 up or 2 to play. Instead, I need to win all 3 frames.
Let me just reply to Adam Stevenson's comment. So, Adam, the tables that are streamed are table 16 is the arena table. This stream table that you're watching now is table 11. And then the other 2 tables being streamed without commentary are tables 3 and tables 4.
Go, Andy Humphrey. Who's that comment aimed at? I hope that's not aimed at me.
No, I think he's replying to someone who is being offensive towards the stream.
All right, okay.
So there's no need for offence. This is a fantastic pool event. Everyone should be enjoying the pool and the players that are on display. There's no need for any offensive nonsense, unnecessary.
That's a good comment, Michael Bardelevan. Some players really prefer to think it does exactly what you said. It splits the balls well, and generally, for the most part, I think more are in favour. But there is a percentage of people who are not in favour, who would rather prefer to rack the balls themselves the traditional way, and break with the plastic triangle. So it's not to everyone's liking, but I think the majority, if you had to put it to the vote, are in favour of the shark rack because of it helps open the game up and makes it more interesting for the viewers. So I think overall it's here to stay, to be fair.
And the main reason for it as well is the fact that
Hemming up
irrelevant of
guys.
which table you're
Andy
playing
Humphrey.
on, in theory you should get a consistent rack whichever table you're playing on. That's the
Good
main
point,
purpose of it,
Daniel.
Reggie.
Yeah, absolutely. They are, I think, but then you're only likely to see them at these sort of high-profile tournaments. I don't think they're the sort of rules that would catch on at league level, because I just think the level of competency as a player required is high.
No, I don't think you'll see these rules in
No,
the
these are
local
only for-
leads. It's going to be those higher profile
Higher
events,
profile players.
and obviously any other events that choose to take the rules on.
Absolutely.
So it's 7-6 now. Ben Davies trails.
And it's
One
Ben to
behind.
break.
Race to 8. Obviously Mark just needing the 1. Ben's after 2 more. Ben to give him a good old smash.
Okay, I'll just be looking here, worst case scenario, at least get a ball and get in first to maybe try and get control of the table, depending on how they break. That's the first obstacle, and then obviously, if they break well, they'll be looking to obviously try and level the match and go hill.
So, yeah, Billy Bob, let me respond to you on this one, mate.
For
So,
a Boyle Farnsworth match.
let me respond to Billy Bob, Reggie. So,
Okay.
obviously, Billy Bob said here, you need to add an extra day on the competition for the shark rack. However, even though it looks a little bit fiddly, and sometimes there's balls that need to be moved,
Great break-off
Nick
shot.
Finn did an experiment of the length of frames in different tournaments compared to the length of frames in the Supreme tournament. And with the use of the shark rack, the frames overall, on average, were being finished in less time from setup to the balls being re-racked again than frames without the shark rack. And that's the information that I've been told. So just pass that on to you, buddy.
Yeah, it's a dream come true for Ben Davies right now off that break.
Score's not updated. It is actually 7-6.
7-6 it is. This to take us to hill. And you couldn't ask for a much better table than this. Just mind your work. No real degree of difficulty here. Clever little shot there, using all of the pocket there to gain an angle to get the white out into open play. Just simple task here now.
So
last couple of reds.
Obviously, Mark's obviously thinking about the next frame. He's got
Mark's
a break
gonna
in the decider.
In the decider.
He'll have the break, and he'll be hoping that he does the opposite to
It's a
to
shame,
last
you know,
time.
because
He'll
one
want
of
a
them
ball.
tonight, as we both know, I'm not stating the obvious if anybody says it, it's a real shame one of these two great players is going to be on the way home after this match.
Definitely.
What a
because
shame for the
it's
tournament.
It's been a great match as well, hasn't it?
Yeah,
it's been a
fantastic
great
match.
Very high
Few
standard
mistakes
match.
from Ben, to be fair. Unexpected mistakes, like where he's run out of position, the misread into the bottom left, and then, of course, failure to get on the black in the other frame.
Correct.
Mark's been pretty flawless for me in the whole match.
So
really, Mark has missed precious little in this match.
Hopefully
if
Ben
anything.
will update the score now to make it 7-7.
Yeah, 2 clicks. I would expect he would have put 2 clicks on there. I hope he has done. Yes,
Yeah,
he
you go.
has.
7.
Here we
Ooh.
go then. 7s it is.
So what are we saying, people? The people who are watching, what are we saying? Who's going to win the final game?
There's some very close games elsewhere. Darren Appleton 7-5. Gav Robinson. Ryan Pisani's pulled away from Shane Thompson. He's 7-4 now. Lewis Calcutt 5-4 against Jez Graham. And as I say, back to this table, 7s with Mark Boyle and Ben Davies.
So
It's all on this. It's all on the last frame.
So they've just shaken hands. Mark's giving the cue a little wipe down with the towel.
The customary towel has gone across the cue to give it the old wipe.
Here we go. Can he make a ball, Reggie?
Okay, hold on to your hat. Here we go. Does he make a ball? And how well did they split? We'll soon know. Here we go then.
And a massive break. How's his luck?
How's your luck?
Looks
How's your luck? How's he
dry.
made? How's
It's
he made?
dry.
Oh,
It's a dry one.
Ouch,
And
the frustration. He's right in front of the partition there in front of a wee smile there for Mark. Walks back to his chair and just...
the chin from within is not on display this time.
No, he's just going to live in
Very
hope.
unlucky.
He's just living in hope now and just hoping he gets back to the table. because he can do nothing from here apart from sit and wait and just hope that something goes wrong for Ben.
Yeah, and it's not a.
It
It's not a formality. It's
No,
not a
there's
formality.
still that
It's
one
not
bad
an
yellow.
easy finish.
There's still a yellow there with a red on the right-hand side that is the key to the finish here.
Does that red go in the middle, do you think? Can you see from where you are through the window? Next to the yellow, does that go in the middle? This red here?
Yes. But here we go.
So yellows is the choice?
Yeah, his yellows he's dropped the yellow into the right centre here, and he'll be looking as early as possible to get an angle, I think, on the one that's nearest the yellow corner pocket, I would presume. And he's missed. Oh, that's careless. Oh dear, oh dear. And he'd played for the angle on the yellow that's nearest the yellow spot. Cut it in, go across. And as long as you get the split, you're guaranteed to be on a ball. He just had to negotiate.
However, what has happened there in missing that yellow, the red next to the yellow, which we can see did go in the middle, now doesn't go in the middle.
Not go, so
it doesn't double. It doesn't double, so there's work to be done.
This is, again, it's far from a formality, but Markle at this stage be just mighty relieved to be back at the table.
Yeah, and the crowd surrounding us now.
You
has
heard
gone
the shouts going there. Mark's wife just sat to our right here. Obviously, as soon as Ben's missed that ball, she's excited, obviously, and it looked for all the world. Mark probably wasn't going to get another shot there, and it just shows you pressure out there.
And yeah, there's quite a surrounding around us now, Reggie.
Yeah, we've got quite a big audience.
We had a couple
now.
of people. Now we've got about 40 people behind us now.
We've got quite a lot of people.
It is stacking up. I think they've all come to see the Gill Factor, you know.
No, absolutely.
They want your autograph, Reggie.
They do.
They want your autograph.
It's all about. It's not about the pool. It's all about my autograph. Not back to the action, Adam. Stop being silly. Right, here we go. Adam, what do you think Mark's going to do? Go on, I'm going to put you in the spot. What's his next shot? What are you playing if you're on the table here?
Red to the bottom right.
Okay.
Which is what he's queuing up at.
Are you going to try and pull the trigger, or are you going to look for a safety shot?
So he's tried to develop one of the reds. In doing that,
all part of the plan. No, I don't think it was doggone lazy. He's missed that,
Tough.
And if you'd have looked at his face walking back to his chair, trust me,
he was fuming. He was fuming.
You would not be making that comment.
He was fuming. There was some expletives that came out of his mouth. He was fuming.
Absolutely.
Fuming with himself. I don't like this, Reggie. He's not going to finish those for me, I don't think. He's going to look at some way of getting a good white. A good white is what he's after. Pablo, I don't know who you are, but you've clearly got some serious issues. Go and take your pills, pal. Go and take your medicine.
Well, there's a lot of thought going into this next shot. Obviously, very delicately poised situation, and Mark probably, as I say, just glad to be back at the table and has got some chance of maybe making something happen.
What would you play? What would you play, Reggie? What would you play?
I'll be honest with you. I think he's got to look. He's got to look at having a go here. I think.
Yeah.
Or that.
Like I said, he's going to look for somewhere safe for the white.
Well, yeah. To be honest, that's a great shot, and I didn't see that shot. But if he's left a path through the gap, through the two yellows, to the yellow for the yellow corner pocket, because from the commentary,
I mean through the reds.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he can get through to it. But it's sometimes deceptive from where we're sitting. Can he get through?
No.
I don't believe so. He can't from this commentary position.
He can't get through to pop the yellow in the top
left.
left.
That being the case, that's a great shot from Mark. He could have actually, if he wanted to, maybe even cut that ball in and gone up the table and looked for the cannon.
Yeah.
That was on. That was an option, but he chose not to go with that option because I think obviously he felt, should that go wrong? Cheers, Callum. Thanks very much. If he felt, obviously, that he's not going to push the boat out that far, and there must be a gap, you know, the way he's queuing this up.
No, he's playing safe.
Or is he? He thought he could bend it, and he's almost made it. So there was a gap. He obviously had to swerve, just swerve the white just to try and make it. Didn't quite get enough left-hand English on the white to swerve it enough. If
left-hand side.
Left-hand English, left-hand side. It's all the same.
Left-hand side.
Let's not get English about this, all right?
Reggie
just because I'm Indian, don't get racist,
Reggie
all right?
loves it. Hey, don't start things like that on the stream. Don't say silly things like that.
Right, okay.
What's wrong with you?
I thought you were getting shirty with me.
Reggie, how can I get shirty with you?
Pal.
You're my dad.
I know, mate. You've actually got a very good tan, mate.
I have, mate. You're like the brother I never had.
There you go. Now I am flattered. Very much flattered.
That's more like it. So he's in a bit of trouble here, I think, Reg. Because the yellows all go, look.
Well, it's again. He's going to have to make something happen here, or again, can he fight? Can he hide the white? That's the question.
Sorry, Reggie, I can't call the shot for you here, mate, because I'm genuinely not sure what he's going to play.
I'm going to stick my neck out and say I think he plays the red to the right of the black, into the corner, and I would suggest it's come to that point where I think he has to make something happen. He's possibly even looking at a treble on the red that's next to the yellow, twice across and in off the big bag at a later stage. But I think he may have to just throw caution to the wind here, or even try and find a safety shot at some point, or just commit to the finish. The way this is looking, it looks to me like he's made his mind up, but you never know. But I for one think he's going to pull the trigger here, and I think But Mark, being the player, isn't the shot making that he's capable of. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't find an angle to go into that red. There is also the possibility that you can treble that red, like ping towards the yellows and then
another
back
ping.
across. Yeah, 2 pings and in.
And a ping.
It's a big shot, but if he doesn't find the angle.
And a ping. 2 pings and a ping.
It looks to me like he's looking at the double here to try and finish on the red on the side cushion, or to bring it into play.
He's cutting that in. No, he's not. He's going off the yellow.
Oh,
to try and make space for the other red.
What a shot that is. And I think it's hard to see, from this corner.
We think it goes, don't we?
It looks like he can get enough of it, but
we think it goes. Let's have a look through the window. I'll have a look through the window, Reggie. I will get up just for you, Reginald.
Can you have a look for me through the window? Can he get enough of that red if you get behind it? I don't think so. It looks a bit tight from the commentary. Yeah. No, it doesn't look like, from what we can see, having got up from the commentary position, it looks like you can't quite get enough of that red. The yellow's in the way. Yeah, it's just not quite the right angle. I think going too close to the middle bag if you were to attempt. Yeah, I think...
Cheers, Michael. Appreciate your comments. So he's lining up the treble that you mentioned.
Yeah, the
Reggie.
trebles there.
That's what he's looking at.
Well, yeah, I said that. I mean, to be fair, I would have, like he played the last shot, the double, and it dislodged yellow. I would have preferred that yellow to stay where it was, because when you played the treble, it would have been a bigger help to you. But, okay, it doesn't,
Here we go.
And that's what I was worried about. I said the knuckle of the middle bag, I felt, was just to try and get the work on the white, and you've got to avoid that knuckle. If he avoids that knuckle, he's guaranteed there to get a cannon. How he would have finished is anyone's guess, but it hasn't worked out. Now he needs a massive shot now. Now he's back to the wall time, needs to find something rather special. And now all of a sudden there's a massive crowd around this corner.
There is a monster crowd surrounding us. There's
Every man
everywhere.
and his dog all of a sudden is in this corner.
Everyone's on this game.
Every man and his dog's in this corner now.
I think a lot of people are probably waiting on one of these two for a little bet to come in.
Yeah, looks like this game will be in someone's treble or quadruple, and there's a lot of money resting on this result, one way or the other. So all of a sudden there's a big crowd here.
Likewise, when there's two great players locked at 7-all in a race to
absolutely.
8, people are going to want to see it, aren't they?
This is what the audience come for, to watch games like this. This is what the audience tune in for, should I say. Because the majority of people that are here are players. But the audiences at home, obviously the viewing figures are vast viewing figures, so horrible queuing here. Wouldn't be easy if you could get your hand on the table to pot this red. Never mind Adam having to bridge over a ball.
This is tough.
Carlo Donahue here to my left, just making his presence known.
Still winning. Still winning.
Ireland's number one, the real number one. Oh, dear. Oh, there he is over there, yeah.
Gone for it.
I tell you what, wow, that's some shot, that is. That really is. Kapow. Massive. Massive.
He might need something even more massive now.
Yeah, he's looking at that, he's thinking, yeah, but where does it go? I can't see where that red's going to go. There just isn't any nooks or crannies. I mean,
I can't see what angle he's got.
If you could play it, if it was here off the top cushion, but it just doesn't see it. And that's why he's standing there having a look at this, because he's thinking, well, where can I pot this red? Even if I drop the red.
The red in front of him is, I've just looked through the window, is absolutely dead straight. Absolutely dead straight.
So he has to just run through.
Or does he play a safety? Does he run the red somewhere towards the bottom left and just leave the white behind the yellow near the red?
I tell you what, mate, it's a horrible situation that he's in at the moment.
The chance of getting on that other red
doesn't have. There's no options here. It's just a case of pot this red and somehow try and find a pot. He needs what I like to call him a Luke Colliver hit and hope, and just ping and hope it flies in somewhere. But problem is, the problem is
Danny Jones, leave it stick on the yellow, which is, good suggestion, mate. He's not, he's going to dig deep. This is dead straight, so he's going to try and screw back with bottom left to kick off the side where, no, he's just stunned. Where's the red going now, Reggie?
Okay,
has he got a plan?
Time.
Has he got a plan?
Has he got a plan?
What is the plan?
Apart from firing it off the yellow, it's going to get towards the yellow corner.
Do you know what he's looking at? I know what he's looking at. Do you know what he's looking at?
What?
What he's looking at doing here, right? He's looking at playing the red, right? He's looking at playing this red at pace, really, so it comes off the yellow in front, thin, goes towards the top left bag and pots yellow, and the red follows it in as a combination. Now, what a shot that would be.
Right, okay.
We'll see. That's what I think he's looking at.
What a shot this would be.
Oh, he's going for the combo on its own.
Yeah.
He was going for the combo.
On his
He's
own.
going for red onto yellow.
Yeah, red onto yellow, miracle. But it was the you know with him bridging over that ball and making the one down the rail, which was a monster shot. But look where, I mean, you have no luck. He finishes straight after making a shot like that. You've got to count yourself very, very unlucky making a shot like that. Any more angle, he could have done more with the white, but he just couldn't do anything with the white. All he could do is leave it pretty much where he left it.
Yeah, and to be honest, that previous shot, I didn't even think that the red went past the yellow.
And that should be that. Ben Davies just making a nice cannon there. He didn't really need to dislodge that yellow, in my opinion, but of course it doesn't matter. They all count, and it helps, makes the job easier. So just a matter of mopping up the last few dolly yellows. And
that would have been some shot, wouldn't it, what Danny said?
Absolutely.
Cock hat it off the yellow. What a shot that would have been.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Ben Davies, 2 yellows to the middle, yellow to the bottom right, followed by the black. And he should be taking the game 8-7.
He could have pinged it off the yellow and tried that, like I say, the hit and hope, but he's gone for the outright chop and skilly, which was monster from there. He got
unlucky, like you said, he got unlucky. As soon as he's caught that jaw, then that's pretty much mission impossible, wasn't it?
Yeah. And that
should
sadly
be
that. Simplest of yellows, but so much riding on this, taking the extra seconds, making absolutely sure.
And
there it is. That is
the
that.
game,
Good
folks.
night.
8-7.
It's Ben Davies
to Ben
that
Davies.
advances, and it's end of the road for Scotland's #1, Mark Boyle. Fantastic match.
Great match.
Spectacle.
Really great match. Great game to
Unlucky
watch.
Mark, and well done, Ben. It's good. It's a good day for me for the time being, and Mr. Adam Penwell, Kapow.
Cheers, Reggie. Nice to join you, mate. And thanks for everybody watching
Pleasure
the
was
poll.
all ours.
And thanks for the positive comments. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks everybody that tuned in and commented along with us. So hope you enjoyed it. And till the next time.
I'm not sure, before we go, I'm not sure if I can tell you what match is on this table next. I'll have a look. If I can tell you, then I will. I might not be able to. I'll see if there's something. So, yes, I can. So the next match scheduled on this table will be Craig Money-Making Lakin versus Scott Gillespie. And that is due at 8 o'clock.
Wow.
So
what a prospect we have for you there, then.
Reggie? 7:30. So, yeah, the next match will be Craig Lakin
against Scott
Gillespie on this table. Don't know who your commentators will be. It certainly won't be Pablo, because he's absolutely clueless. If you have any requests for who you'd like to commentate, then feel free to put a comment in.
Okay, Adam, I'm out of here.
See if we can find it for you.
And I will speak to you shortly.
Cheers, Reggie.
I'll be back for the Craig Lakin game.
I might come back for the Lakin game, mate. Let's go and hit the bar, shall we?
No problem.
Thanks, everyone.
Beers on you.
Ta-da. Beers are on Reggie for once.
You back straight on? Everybody all the best, stick in it.